Now give Big Wireless the boot and get paid to switch up to $200 per line with contract buyout from Union Wireless. Keep your same number and choose from any phone in the store. Union Wireless, treating you like a neighbor, not a number.
Hello again and welcome to the Dave Christensen Show. It's all brought to you by Union Wireless. Trade in your old phone and get paid. That's it. The Cowboys and the Idaho Vandals last Saturday put on quite a show. Cowboys did. 42-10 the final. Coach, I know first and foremost, you got done what you really wanted to get done. Job one, win the football game. And the Cowboys took control really early in this game and did just that.
Yeah, I was real pleased with our kids, and you know, the big thing is we want to win, and we got the win. A little bit slower start offensively than I'd like, but we had a fast start defensively, and really proud of the way those kids came out after, you know, we would go 3 and out, they would stop them, force the ball back. Then we got things going in the second quarter, and then scored 6 out of the next 8 possessions.
Yeah, you know, you talk about the Cowboys were near perfect in quarters 2 and 3 in this game. As you said, started out kind of slow, but the plays were there offensively, it seemed.
Yeah, with it, we had just a couple of close misses, and you know, we didn't have those the week before, and so we're going to get back to work this week to make sure that that we don't do that. And the whole key of this offense is we can't go 3 and out. We did it 1 time the first week, we did it 5 times this weekend, and in order for this thing to work, we've got to get first downs and control the football a little bit better.
My gosh, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention that the Cowboys, for the second week in a row, the first 2 weeks of this regular season, for the second week in a row, had the Defensive Player of the Week in the Mountain West Conference. There you go, Eddie Yarrow, and of course the final score 42-10. You see it there. Eddie Yarrow was just sensational in this game.
He was a force to be reckoned with. Had 3 sacks and a number of tackles, and just played an outstanding game. And it was, you know, it's really encouraging with the struggles we had a year ago to 2 weeks in a row have the Conference Defensive Player of the Week coming from our team. And so real proud of Eddie, and certainly Quest the first week, and hopefully that, you know, we can have another one this week.
Well, yeah, decisive win for the Cowboys, 42-10 the final. Coach, why don't we take a look at some of the highlights? Here we go. There's a close-up of Cowboy quarterback Brett Smith. He was ready to go in this game, and the Cowboys on a beautiful start anyway, weather-wise. Here we go, Coach.
This is a 1st and 10. Brett scrambles here. We want to throw a 3-step drop, but the route's covered and pretty good protection. And, you know, Brett does what he does best when he gets in the open field and uses his feet to make a big play, and gets a 46-yard gain. This next one is 1st and 10, and it's a run by Sean Wick. Nice job of breaking the tackle, good blocking out on the perimeter, and one of many nice runs by Sean Wick. This next one is a 2nd and 8, and you know, they got a muffed snap here, and Patrick Merton sacks the quarterback who fumbles, and then Eddie Yarrow, who had 3 sacks also, picks up the fumble and returns it to the 42-yard line. Then we come back with the Cowboys on offense, and we got a 2nd down and 8, and hand the ball off here to Sean Wick. Nice job of blocking up front. Sean makes a nice cut and takes it down to the 13-yard line. A nice run by Sean. Good blocking on the perimeter and inside. Get to the second quarter here. We got a 2nd and 7. And again, we run up the middle on the dive play to Brandon Miller, and great job of blocking. They just dominated up front again, and Brandon takes it in for the score. Then we go to a 3rd and 5, and we've got motion out of the backfield again. Good protection up front. Brett finds a slant route to Robert Huron, who advances it 48 yards down to the Idaho 13-yard line, and again, the Cowboys are on the move. Then we come back here and hand the ball off on a 1st down play to Tedder Easton. Tedder's a big back. It's been in our program for the last 4 years, and he scampers in for his first touchdown. And just you know, great to see Tedder get a touchdown and help this offense score points. Then you see the teams leaving. Got a little lightning delay there, so about a 30-minute break. We had 2 halftimes, it seemed like, and we head inside and make some adjustments before we come back out after the lightning goes away, and we're able to get back out and play again. So start out here on a 2nd and 3, and Sonny Pulatowski just does a great job. And this is coming out after the break, and they started out in 2nd and 3, and then Sonny sacks him for an 8-yard loss. Then we come back here on a 1st and 10. And Eddie Yarro gets one of his 3 sacks. Just a great job, great speed by Eddie, staying there high on the upfield shoulder, and sacks for a 15-yard loss, and just a tremendous pass rush by Eddie. And then we come back a 1st down, and here the quarterback ends up having to scramble and run, and our guys do a great job pursuing. And Darren White causes a fumble here, and Lucas Waka recovers it, and again get another takeaway, and the offense gets the ball back and an opportunity to score again. This next play offensively is a 3rd and 12, and Brett is in the pocket. Pretty good protection on this one. He finds Robert Herron again. Good, nice throw, nice catch by Robert. Advances 35 yards and gets us down to the 32-yard line. Then we come on a 3rd and 6 here, 3rd and 6 play, and again, Brett Smith finds Robert Herron, and they got the pressure coming off the edge. He avoids the one defender, finds Robert. He makes a guy miss, and again, another nice run by Rob, 25 yards down to the 3-yard line. Then we got a 1st and goal, and Brett finds Dominic Ruffran on a bubble pass here off the run fake, and does a nice job of getting it in the end zone. Good blocking out in the perimeter. Next play, we'll have a 1st and 10 at the 43, and Brett takes off on a keep, dive read, and keeps the ball. Scampers 50 yards, gets it down to the Idaho 17-yard line. Just a nice job of reading it, keeping it, and exploding down the field. Come back to a 3rd and goal, and we got good protection up front again, and we run a corner route to Dominic Ruffran, and Dom does a nice job of keeping his feet in bounds. A great throw by Brett, and get another score on the board. Then our next play here is on the 35-yard line. It's a 2nd and 10, and they decide to come with an all-out blitz, and they're playing man coverage on all of our receivers, which is dangerous to do unless you can cover them all. And Dom beats his defender, and Brett does a nice job of laying the ball out in front and adding another touchdown, and going up 35-0 at this point in time. Pretty good day overall for the Cowboys.
Absolutely. So very decisive. The Cowboys win it over Idaho, 42-10. The final. Stay with us. We talked about Eddie Yarbrough earlier. He's coming up, the Defensive Player of the Week in the Mountain West Conference. Our own Kevin McKinney will speak with him right after this.
We have the good fortune of being with a very, very good football player here, Eddie Yarrough, Cowboy defensive end, and just in a short period of time, he has demonstrated a great ability to be quite a football player. And Eddie, I know that you've been pleased so far with the way the Cowboy defense has come along. As you look at it, what are some of the things that have made this defensive side a little bit better than maybe it was last year?
I can honestly say that our group and our units is definitely closer together, because we weren't as close last year, and with our leadership this year, everybody's just playing for each other, and we're a family this year as a defense and as a complete team. So I can honestly say I owe to that, because with it being a family, we're not playing for ourselves, we're not playing for our personal accolades. I'm playing for Patrick Mertens his last year. I'm playing for Siosi and Sonny. I'm playing to make sure that they don't get left out, hung out to dry. So I can honestly say it's just because we're a family this year. As a defense, we're definitely a family.
Now, you personally, everybody, when you came in, thought that you would be a good football player. And now as you're into your second year, where do you feel like you're better, and why have you gotten better?
I could honestly say that's due to our strength and conditioning staff. They've always just, even throughout just training, summer, spring, and even now working out, they've always just progressively just pushed us to get better, just never become complacent, always getting better. And honestly, to our coaching staff, because there's not there's not, all right, defensive staff, offensive staff. It's just a combined staff, and everybody just huddles up around each person and really just brings them up. And honestly, just growing up in this program I feel has just developed my game to where it is today, and I'm really appreciative to the Wyoming Football University, so I'm really appreciative to it.
You know, you have to go to class right after this, and because we do go to college here. I think something that has come along that's probably really helped you guys, and we were talking about it. You don't have to necessarily be up here in the football department in this area to watch video and to watch the opponent. Talk a little bit about the fact that now you guys have the ability to watch tape and watch film at home.
Yes, with the iPads that Coach C has gotten us, we have the ability to go home and watch film. As long as we have an internet connection, we could watch film and get updates and watch our practice with notes from it. So it's definitely a tool, because it used to be if you want to watch film, you have to find or cut time out of your day to come to the rack and watch film. But now you could be at your house eating a bowl of cereal and watching film at the same time. So it really works out great. And honestly, it's definitely a great tool to watching opponents and just developing your personal game as a football player.
Okay, just let us in on, when you're watching that, maybe as a defensive end, what are you in particular watching for?
I'm definitely watching the tackles, guards, actually the whole offensive line, just to see their technique and if they have any tendencies, which what I've watched UNC so far, they definitely don't have any giveaways whatsoever. They're definitely technically sound. And really just to watch their mannerisms and watch how the quarterback really just runs his offense, because it all starts with the head, and the head is the quarterback on an offense. So really just watching him and their tendencies. But as I said, UNC, they're definitely a great opponent, and I'm excited to play them.
You know, last week had to be a lot of fun. The Cowboys haven't had a defensive performance like that in quite a while, and I was curious how you guys, how much fun was it out there last Saturday in War Memorial?
It's undescribable, because out there playing with our brothers, and it was just awesome just to see the not yet the finished product, but just something of it, because we've been working so long to get out in War Memorial Stadium, not play somewhere else, but just honestly, just to go out there and play and have fun and have a result like that, it was just awesome. It was, honestly, I can say it was awesome.
Now, of course, I mentioned earlier you've got to go to class right after this. What are you majoring in? And maybe, I know it's a little early yet, but what would you like to do once your playing days are over?
I'm majoring in business administration, and once my playing days are over, I would like to start investing in franchises and maybe get into Wall Street.
Wall Street, folks, how about that? Eddie Yarrough, Cowboy defensive end, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it.
Dave and Dave will be up next right after this.
Wyoming Coal produces reliable, affordable electricity. That electricity lights up 1 out of every 5 American households, and that's a number we can all be proud of. Wyoming Coal. It lights up our world.
It was a great experience. Got an opportunity to play at home. From my parents, I believe that they only missed 1 game in the 4 years that I played. So, you know, friends, family, being back home was a great opportunity to, you know, stay close to home, but yet play major Division I college football. Yeah, it's definitely changed throughout. I think I've known him for 17 years. As a player, obviously, you have a different relationship than what you do as a coach. I think now that we've been here, he trusts me, and I think that that has helped, you know, through these 5 years here at Wyoming, that he sees what I'm capable of doing, and continues to give me more and more responsibilities. It was a great experience. I had a free agent contract, so I went there, got called the day after the draft, and went down there, went through the entire training camp, made it to 2 days before, I think, the second to last cut. Tremendous experience, and you know, had the satisfaction of knowing that those guys that play on Sunday are there for a reason, and they were much better than I was, but at least I got to experience that myself.
Welcome back to the Dave Christensen Show. Well, it's a busy week for Mountain West teams, certainly. Again, in week number 3, the most important game on that schedule right there is Wyoming hosting Northern Colorado. That's my favorite game on that schedule, Coach. Obviously a big game. This is all about the Cowboys right now. Not that you won't prepare for Northern Colorado just like you do everyone else. But it really is about the Cowboys continuing to get better at this point before you head into conference play, isn't it?
It is, and it's a great matchup, a regional game. You know, the team that's an hour and a half away, so we're excited about that. But you know, we've got some things we got to get fixed from an execution standpoint, and you know, we'd like to come out and not falter offensively early on, and you know, we'd like to continue to play as well as we did defensively, fix some things in our kicking game. But you know, we've yet to play the total game. Complete game on both sides of the football, and so our goal is to come out, work hard this week, and make sure that we're prepared and ready to play this coming Saturday at home again. You know, it is a non-conference game, of course, for the Cowboys. And interestingly enough, as we look at conference standings and things like that, there already has been one conference game played. Utah State at the top of the standings, 1-0, and of course the loss goes to Air Force. They are 0-1. But again, this is all about the Cowboys in a non-conference game, getting ready for their conference opener next week. I know you're not even thinking about that right now, just those Bears, huh? No, we're just the most important game on our schedule this year right now is the one that's up, and that's Northern Colorado. And you know, they're a football team that's hungry. They're a team that's going to come up here and want an opportunity to beat a Division I team. And you know, it's much like when we went to Nebraska. It was a great opportunity for our kids, and our kids performed. And I'm sure that the Northern Colorado's going to come up here, and they're going to do the same type of thing when they visit our place. They've got football players. Absolutely. No question about that. They've got some outstanding players. They've got some great skill, and they got a big quarterback that can sling the ball around, and a solid running back. They've got some very athletic guys on defense and some aggressive corners, and yeah, it's going to be a challenge. There's no question about it. Not many changes for the Cowboys at this point. You're settling in certain areas, certainly, and asking young players to step up and fill the void. I think you're finding out, and we're seeing exactly what the Cowboy depth is all about right here. Well, we've been able to play a few more players than we have in the past, and you know, the key is that we've got to stay healthy. And every week you get a few guys banged up, and we're depending on more guys to step up and perform. And the more experience they get, obviously the better they're going to get as the season wears on. Nothing like playing at home, huh? In War Memorial Stadium. I thought last week against Idaho, that crowd, they didn't go anywhere during that delay, Coach. No, it was, and they were there for you when you needed them. It was a great crowd, a great atmosphere. You know, and it's so exciting for our players to have the stands full like they were. And you know, we just hope we can get everybody to come back out again this weekend, and we'll put on even a better show, hopefully, than we did a week ago. It should be a dandy. The Wyoming Cowboys and the Northern Colorado Bears in War Memorial Stadium, 2 p.m. the kickoff this Saturday. Come back next time around, and we'll run down the highlights of the Cowboys and Bears, okay? That's going to do it for us for head coach Dave Christensen and the Dave Christensen Show. I want to remind you, this has all been brought to you by Union Wireless. Get paid to switch. There you go. See you next time. For the coach, I'm Dave Walsh. So long, everybody.
Now give Big Wireless the boot and get paid to switch up to $200 per line with contract buyout from Union Wireless. Keep your same number and choose from any phone in the store. Union Wireless, treating you like a neighbor, not a number.